I got it.
You can zoom it in and put it just on the screen.
I tried to find it.
Oh, you did? How you like?
Hey, you get a chance?
I meant to say that.
Bridget, you got a bottle of water? Oh, that's right, sure.
Yeah, once you say it in your system, you'll feel it like you got the aches and pain. You got to get it in your system. Huh?
A water out of cool.
Oh, okay. Probably want some water there, some water.
Thank you, dude. I'm going to do two of them.
Me too.
That's when I put my matcha powder in.
I love them.
You saw it? I don't see it. There you go. Anybody else need some water? Right, you want some water? Or?
No, I'm
Okay.
good.
Yeah. If I don't have notification, you might
You laughing?
I'm laughing at you. You done made the move 7 times over there. They got to the carpet.
Yeah, right. We got, see, used to get, dark wood. This is not. We get perfect color.
No, I'm going to have you shoot to everybody that you see when you scroll up. Okay, send it to this guy too, even though he don't have it. Send it like that. All right, I'm gonna kick it off. Waters, and I'm good to go. Anybody have the time?
5:09.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna be brief. So I can, because I know everybody's probably gonna have questions.
Now, you're going to be long-winded.
I'm gonna be long-winded.
Because you're going to answer the question before we get to it.
Oh, I'm answering the question. There you go.
I like that.
All right, all right, I got it. Okay. All right. So it's already on, son?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So I'm gonna get started and tell you real quickly a little bit about myself. Before I get started, hopefully this is okay. This is what I do. This is me. I don't impose it on anybody else, but I always like to pray before we get started. So hopefully that's okay. I always ask the man and woman of the house, so make sure it's okay with them. So, Father, we praise and worship you. We magnify you, and we thank you, Lord God, for another day. We thank you for a hedge of protection, Father, you have placed around our families and our children. We thank you, Father, for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for our sins. And we also ask, Lord God, that you forgive us of all of our sins. Forgive us if we've been mean or hateful to other people. We pray for our families, Lord God, that we have peace. We have shalom in our families. We also, Lord God, pray for, resurrection in people's health and resurrection, Lord God, in their wealth and resurrection, Father, in their mind and in their thoughts. Father, I pray that if this business that I'm sharing is not for your people, please take it as far away from them as possible, because I only want your will to be done, Lord. If it is something that they can learn from it, if it is something that they can benefit from, please, Lord, place it in their hearts and minds so that they can learn from it. I pray this prayer in Jesus' holy name. Amen and amen.
Amen.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to get a napkin.
Here you go.
I don't like to mess up good.
Here you go.
Beautiful furniture. Thank you. I'm always cognizant of that. All right. We're going to have some fun with this, but it is something that I will say is very important. I believe it's very important. And not even fun for us to learn. Okay? I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Before I do, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. Silas King. I was born a sharecropper. No, I was born in Florida, went to high school and played high school football in New Jersey. That took me to Nebraska, where I played college football in Nebraska. And then that brought me to Houston for a trial with the Houston Oilers back with, the original Houston Oilers before they moved to Tennessee. Earl Campbell, and, Dante Passerini and Elvin Buffet and the whole bunch. Didn't make the team, got cut, but I was blessed and fortunate enough to meet my wife, Miss Shirley King. I met her when she was 19. I remember it just like it was yesterday. I pulled over to my cousin's house, and they had just moved across the street. She had on these white chick jeans. I mean, white pumps. I remember this. No problem. I remember them, right? I said to my cousin, I said, who is that? He said, I don't know, they just moved here. He turned around to unlock his door. When he turned back around, I was across the street. I knew that I knew, right? So, you know, when we got together, my wife did something that to this day, I'm not sure how this happened. Maybe some of you married people can help me with this. She got pregnant. And I was like, how did that happen? It's like, then she got pregnant again and again. We had 3 girls. Our first 3 children were girls. And my mom and dad divorced when I was 2 years old. And so I grew up without a dad. And, you know, my friends used to tease me because when we played football or basketball, you know, their dads were there. You could hear my mother. She was louder than all of them. And, I mean, if you in a huddle out on the football field and you down at like the 5-yard line, and, you know, in high school, the stands didn't go all the way down, but yet I could still hear my mother. My mother was loud. So I vowed when I was young that if I ever had a son, I wanted to be there for him because I knew that feeling of not having a dad, you know, not having a dad there. So when my wife first did those 3 things that I still don't know how it happened, had those 3 girls, I decided I didn't want her to work. You know, my grandmother raised me, and, you know, my grandfather worked the same job for 40 years, and my grandmother never worked. And so I didn't want my wife to work. So I took on 2 full-time jobs. I have 2 degrees, one in business, one in marketing. So I was, you guys know where the movie theater, AMC theaters on Dunvale and Westheimer, y'all ever been to that one? So I opened that theater. It wasn't, you know, when I got involved with the company, they were still building that theater, that 30-plex. So my office was there. I was a marketing manager for AMC. And then at night, I worked at one of the finest French restaurants in Houston. Some of you may have ate at this restaurant. I don't know if y'all like French restaurants. Have you ever heard of this? This is one of the, and I was a manager there too. This French restaurant is called Jacques in the Box. Yeah, you heard of that French restaurant. You heard of that French restaurant.
Love those French toppers.
Absolutely. Listen, they had croissants. That's French bread. So I was at Jack in the Box at night. Then I got a raise. I got a better manager job at a restaurant. And this was from one of the finest chicken places that they have. You know, you guys ever heard of Church's? Church's Chicken. Right, so I was a manager at Church's. I like that better because they paid weekly instead of every other week. And so I was doing those 2 jobs for 12 years, 85 to 95 hours a week. That's why I don't dye my eyebrows. I want to always remind myself of how hard I used to work. My wife got pregnant about 22 years ago with my son. And one of my friends came to me and said, you know, you need to join network marketing because you'll be able to spend time with your son because it's a home business. And I got to tell you, I didn't like network marketing. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I thought it was a scam. I thought it was a pyramid. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I had 2 degrees. I was too smart for network marketing. But he said something that made me at least look. And he said, what if you could get one of these and free up one of those jobs and be able to spend time with your son? So I went to a meeting. My mind was closed. My arms was folded. They paraded me down to the front. I'll never forget it. This was 21 years ago, I guess. It's a company called ACN. Don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. But they set me in the front row. It was like 2,000 people there. They didn't tell me it was a convention. All right? I didn't even know what a convention was back then anyway for a company. But I sat on the front row. And I said to myself, this looks like a cult. Because they was playing music. People was, you know, I said, if Jim Jones come out, I'm running. I said, I ain't drinking nothing. Then somebody gonna come to me and say, would you like some water? No, I don't want no water. I ain't drinking nothing. But I joined the company. All right? I still didn't know what it was when I left. I just got caught up in the emotions and the hype. Did nothing in the company. Nothing. So for 3 years, I was trying to find a company that I could be successful in. But it's hard to be successful in anything if you don't believe in it. And I still didn't believe in network marketing. I'll never forget, though, I got my first check and this changed everything. I came home from one of my jobs. And my wife, I hate when my wife do this. Now y'all know I'm always going to be real with you. Sometimes I don't like my wife. I'm just being real. I love her. I love her, right? But, you know, I'm just real, right? I hate when she opened my mail. She be like, this is our mail. But if I touch her mail, oh, man, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I can't. And she good for saying, she's talking about, back then, she was like, I don't want nothing to do with network marketing. Don't get me to try to sell nothing. I ain't talking to none of my friends. You better not talk to none of them. But if you luck up and make some money, I'll show you what to do with it. And she'll walk off, right? But my wife, I came home one day and she was waving this envelope. She said, you finally got a check. This was after about 2 years of doing network marketing, right? She said, you got a check. We're going to get rich. And I said, oh, Lord, she got that smirk on her face. I opened the check. I'll never forget, it was $2.45. She said, we really going to get rich off of this, right? You really wasting your time with this, right? But I'm one of those type of person, when somebody tell you can't do something, it just drives me more to do it. I still knew I couldn't keep working 2 full-time jobs. So I do what I always do when I feel like things are not going right. And that is I got on my knees and started praying. Silas, my name is Silas Kingdomnaire. My son is the 4th. And you sometimes can find us in the book of Acts with Paul, with prayer words. So I started praying. Lord, I need to do something. If it ain't network marketing, take me somewhere. Cause I can't keep working these full-time jobs. You know, I had 2 accidents that were solo accidents. They were all accidents on me because I fell asleep. You ever pull up to a light, have your feet on the brake, but you fall asleep and then run into the back of the car? We stopped. And I said, please, Lord, help me. So about 3 weeks later, I met a man that was earning well over $1 million a year from home, and he began to be my first mentor, teaching me how to do network marketing properly. So that was about almost 18 years ago. 10 months after meeting him, we were able to go full-time in network marketing, and we've been full-time since. Haven't worked a job. Wife haven't had to work the job. Thank you, Lord. I told my son when he was 8 that he will never work a job. I've been teaching him network marketing since he was 8 years old. My wife and I have been top runners in 4 companies. When my son turned 18, he's 21 now, we put him in his first company. I put him in his first company. And he was frustrated. He was, trying to learn how to do this. And didn't have very much success. I think he earned about $5,000 in 5 months in that company. Then I put him in the second company. The second company, we were helping pastors. Does anybody know who Joni and Marcus Lamb is from Daystar, own Daystar Ministry? Y'all ever heard of Daystar Ministry? Okay, Daystar is the #2 largest Christian ministry in the entire world. A television ministry, they're on TV. So we did some work helping them with the company, and he was the #1 salesman there, but still really never made major money. And then the third company I put him in, was a company that I got involved in last February, which was a nutritional company. And, he did well for a little bit, but got frustrated. Well, the company I'm getting ready to show you today is a company he brought to me and he wanted to do. He wanted to be passionate about. Now, those other 3 companies, he was able to sharpen his skills. And in this company, we've been in 3 weeks now, and you'll hear about how well he's doing here in a minute. But he brought this company to me and he kept saying, Dad, years ago, Dad, I want to learn how to invest. I want to learn how to invest. He said, I see you and Mom make a lot of money, but I don't see y'all investing none of it. He was telling me this years ago, right? So with this company, when he came to me, I kept saying, no, don't want to look at it, ain't got time. And finally in January, because he was persistent, he came in my room, he said, Dad, just watch the video. So I watched the video. And then he came back, he said, did you watch the video? I said, I watched the video. He said, no, you ain't watch it again, because if you watch it, you'd be excited like me. So I watched it again, all right? And then I made the decision to meet with my former business partner who was doing it, a young man that the Williams know very well. And we met and made a decision that I would evaluate. It took about, I guess, 3 weeks before we actually did it. So we've been doing it now to be a month on the 28th. And there's a couple of things that I'm going to share with you that I love about this. I've been involved in other companies where we've made a lot of money, but the people we brought to the table, it wasn't a fair playing field for them. Right? And if they weren't great salesmen, they couldn't earn money. If they were an introvert, they really couldn't make money. The beautiful thing I love about this is, even if you don't care anything about doing the networking side, and in fact, 70% of the people that are in the company only learn the trading and learn that skill. So it's something valuable, even if a person didn't want to build a team. Does that make sense? And that part right there really excited me, because I've got people who never would have touched network marketing. But they're getting involved because of the trading and learning how to do it. All right, so I'm going to go through this presentation. I'm actually going to use the whiteboard to help illustrate about the company. But iMarkets Live, what is it? All right, so I'm going to write it here. Oh, maybe I'm going to write this marker. That marker's not right. That's a brand new one.
So, how many people in here have been to college? Anybody? Been to college? Do you know how much you paid to go to college? Anybody know how much they paid? Or maybe you're still playing with student loans, I don't know. Anybody? Anybody know?
All right, so I researched colleges, and you pay anywhere from $20,000 all the way up to $200,000, depending on the college. Okay, because it could be, you know, Harvard, and that it's more, right? So anywhere from $20,000 to $200,000. Does anybody know the main reason people go to college? What's the reason?
To get a good career.
To get a good career.
Party.
To party. That's right. Party, right? Yeah, well, you know, we've been hearing all our lives. Go to school, get a good education. Go to college, get a better education so you have a chance to get a better job, right? Now, the only challenge with that is 20, 30, 40 years ago, less people went to college, there was more jobs. Today, pretty much everybody go to college, but there's fewer jobs, right? And so everybody is competing. I'm finding people with masters having to take, you know, lesser jobs because there's, in their field, there's not those jobs available. But still, I think the two major reasons we go to college is for education and to get a job or a career, as she says, right? Well, that's the same thing with what we have here. Let me explain. What we have here, to use an analogy, is a online. Oh, by the way, any school teachers in here? Good, because I can't spell. So if I misspell a word, just laugh when you breath, okay? Online financial educational training school. So now, when I was young, 57, when I was young, we didn't grow up with computers. And we grew up with schools that you had to go to. Nowadays, everything is going online. So they got online schools now. So this company is an online financial educational training school. All right? And what do they train you on? How to do Forex trading. Now let me explain what Forex is even before I get into this. Forex is the buying and selling of currencies. To give you an analogy of what Forex is, if I was to go to Europe, when I got to the Intercontinental Airport, I'd have to take my American dollars and I'd have to foreign exchange them for euros or European dollars. Every time that happens anywhere in the world, people going from one country to the next and they foreign exchange their money, somebody is getting paid. Somebody is investing in that or trading that and earning money off the difference. Does that make sense? Right? Now, one of the things I didn't know and I learned was how many people in here have a bank account? Right? Whether it's savings or checkings. Did you know financial institutions and banks use our money that's in those accounts and they trade them in foreign exchange and keep the profit? See, I didn't know that. So if that skill was good enough for the banks to do with my money, it's a good enough skill for me to learn how to do with my own money. That's the way I look at it. All right, so we're online financial education training school. Now, oh, here we go. And John, you still doing that? Good man. Do me a favor. When it's 5:30, just put up 1. When it's 6 o'clock, put up 2. When you get about 9 o'clock, no, I'm not going to do that. So iMarkets Live is the name of the company, And has anybody ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki, the cash flow quandary? Anybody ever heard of that? Is anybody not going to raise your hand or answer? No matter what I say. All right, so Robert wrote a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. He also wrote a second book called Cash Flow Quandary. Now, Cash Flow Quandary is one of the #1 bestsellers and has been for a long time for business professionals. Pretty much all your millionaires and billionaires have this book, and they know about the information. To summarize the information, he talks about the cash flow quandary and that there's only 4 ways to earn income in the world. The first way is an employee. We all understand what an employee is. You trade time for dollars. He says there's about 60% of the people in the world who fit in this category. As an employee, there's no leverage. If you make money based on you working. If you don't work, you don't get paid. Okay? To just make an illustration of leverage, let's say I'm an employee, and if I could, now we know you can't, but if I could work 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, 20 times 7 is 140 hours I would work, right? If you multiply that by 4, that's 280, that's 560, right? So that means I work 560 hours and going to produce money for 560 hours. But let's say this beautiful young lady owned a McDonald's and she had 10 employees, okay? And those 10 employees, she gave 50 hours a week. 10 times 50 is 500. That means she just leveraged herself with 2,000 hours a month working on her behalf. There's no way an individual can do that. Does that make sense? So there's no leverage here, but there's security. You've got a paycheck coming. You can get, benefits. Okay, but that's where the security stops. Most people believe there's security if you have a job. When we were younger, people kept their jobs a long time. Like y'all probably are at your jobs a long time. I said my grandfather, he was at his job 40 years. The average person stays at their job today 4.5 years. And it's not always their fault, all right? It's technology. We're living in a different era. So time moves fast, okay? So employees, 60% of the people. Then you have self-employed. These are your CPAs, your doctors, maybe your tax people, right? These people own a job because they still have to be there. I remember my wife's sister owned 5 clothing stores in different malls, and my wife began to run one of them. It's called Top Secrets, right? But they had to be there because they didn't trust their employees. So they were always at the store, right? Now, this side of the quadrant, which is the left side, make up 95% of the people in the world. But they only earn 5% of the world's wealth. You say that again. The left side, employees and self-employed, make up 95% of the world, but they only earn 5% of the world's wealth. Now, Robert says on the right side you have big business owners. And he says that big business owners are anyone that has leveraged 500 hours or more a month working on their behalf. Remember the example I gave if she owned a McDonald's, right? What if she owned 10 McDonald's, right? She can leverage herself even more. As a big business owner, what they do is they have systems in place and they build assets, okay? 4% of the people in the world think like this and are doing something like this. As far as network marketing, it falls in that category if you build a team. Our last company, we built a team of 60,000 people. Now, all those people didn't work at the same time. We're not active at the same time. We probably had somewhere around 10 or 11,000 active, all right? Because people get in, some quit, get in and, 3 months from now, they do the business and they might stop. Life gets in the way. But even if it was 10,000 people, what if they only worked 1 hour a month? We still had 10,000 hours working on our behalf every month, all right? And then you have investors. Now this pretty much every networker, a professional network of people who make money, they always talk about this cash flow quandary, but I always knew that very few, if any, ever participated in this part. And my son kept saying, Dad, we need to invest. So finally, when this company came along, he was passionate about it. When I finally looked at it, I said, okay, I got it. Less than 1% of the people in the world are in this category. In fact, Forex trading, let me tell you, this is a true story. Prior to 10 years ago, you had to have $3 million in the bank to participate in Forex trading. They wouldn't let you unless you was multi-millionaire.
They deregulated it 9 years ago, but the challenge with that is nobody was teaching the masses how to do it still. So professional traders began to teach one-day classes on Saturdays, and they would charge anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 a class. Well, the challenge with that is you need more than one class to learn how to do it. You needed anywhere from 15 to 20 plus classes. So when this company came along, the platform that we use now is starting to be copied or tried to be copied by other people. And that platform is to have an online financial educational training school where we teach people how to do Forex, but while you're learning, we also have a way set up that you can earn money as well. Does that make sense? All right, so let's talk about that. Oh, by the way, 5% of the people on this side, they earn 95% of the world's wealth. 5% of the people fall in one of these categories, 95% of the world's wealth. Now, what is iMarkets Live again? It's an online financial educational training school. And the value of this is, if you don't want to do the marketing side, you don't have to. 70% of the people that are involved in the company only participate in the school and learn how to trade. Okay? The company has combined Forex trading and network marketing together. Forex trading is the largest financial market in the world. $5.3 trillion is traded daily. That's larger than the stock market. Stock market is only about 22 billion. I say only, right? So what is network marketing? Very simple. It's the fastest growing business entity in the world right now. Over 10,000 plus companies now are involved. If you just look back 30, 40 years ago, there was only like 10 or 12 companies. Your Amways, your Mary Kay's, your Avon. Now companies are popping up all over the place. Why? Because of the internet. The internet moves fast, okay? Over 130 million people working in network marketing. I'm not even talking about distributors. I'm talking about physical jobs where they may do customer service or work the warehouse or whatever. All right, over $180 billion per year. And for me, it's the most affordable way to learn business skills because you can get involved in a company for $2,000 or less. With our company, less than $200. Okay. Now, what is Forex? I talked about it earlier. The buying and selling of currencies, right? It's the largest financial market in the world. Okay? You can operate it from your smartphone. Everybody's on their phones anyway, right? It's also central banks, financial institutions using our money to trade in the market and make profit and not give us any. Okay? Now, our company was founded in 2013, founded by Christopher Terry. We're in over 120 countries. Christopher Terry was smart enough to surround himself, okay, with over 100 years experience for the corporate team on the networking side. He focuses on the trading side because he's a professional trader. Has been for 22 years. Okay? Last year earned in excess of 44 million trading alone. He also owns a construction company. They build the big high rises in New York and in Vegas. So he owns one of those as well. He's also been featured everywhere. Bloomberg Radio, The Money Show. He also handles corporate accounts and trades their money in Forex as well as his own. Okay? Now, how can you make money in iMarkets Live? Very simple. Keep in mind what we are. Online financial educational training school. So we're online, so your education is going to be on the computer. Financial, they're going to teach you about money and how to have your money work for you rather than you always working for your money. Educational, we have courses and classes that you can take. And then training, they're actually going to train you on how to do this live yourself if you choose to. Okay? And then we have a school. And where's the school again? Online. Okay? Now, we have 7 educational platforms. 7 educational platforms. And we break those platforms down into 3 categories. Okay? The first category is what we call no experience. In other words, you don't have to have any experience and you still can earn money trading in these categories. All right, let's talk about the first one. The first one is called Auto Trader. Now, with Auto Trader, it's a software that you install on your computer. Okay? It's easy to install. The company has right now about 14 professional traders they've hired. These professional traders all have over 25 years of experience trading. Most of them have earned $20 million or more trading in their lifetime, not in 1 year, but in their lifetime. And with Auto Trader, what happens is this is 100% hands-free mirror trading. You get to pick the trader that you want to mirror. In other words, the traders will be up and you'll be able to see their stats. What's their return on investment in the last 12 years? What's their wins and losses look like? You'll be able to see their stats and pick which one you like. Silas, which one do you like trading with?
So we going to get I like all of them.
Oh, you like trading on?
Yeah.
Who you
That's
like?
the Auto Trader. I haven't hit that
No,
one.
no, I mean the actual traders. Which trader did you pick them?
Perfect Growth is a good one.
Perfect Growth is the one he is. How about you, John? You using him
I
yet?
think the one named Jay.
Jay?
Something.
So you get a chance to pick which one. And here's the beauty of it. You could trade with them for 2 days or 3 days, and then you can pick somebody else if you don't like the direction they're going in. But what happens is, when you pick which trader, when they trade for themselves, they're also going to be trading for you. So you could put, just an example, maybe you put $500 in an account, and you say you wanted them to trade it at a penny or 50 cents or $1, whatever you want them to trade it at, right? And as they're trading for themselves, they're trading for you, okay? So there's no experience for this. You still can earn money. Right now, they have well over 60% return on investment in the last 12 months. Some of them have higher than that, okay? The second one with no experience is called swipe trading. What happens is you go to the Apple Store or the Google Play and you download IML Signals app right on your phone, okay? And then the company will send you a text message of a swipe trade, all right? All the traders plus the CEO, they look for the best trades of the day. And then they send you a text message to your phone. You can choose which one you want. You copy it and paste it right into your brokerage account. And now you're trading based on their expertise and their experience, okay? And then the third one with no experience is what we call the daily swing trades, okay? And I'll make sure I put them up here for you. So if you Auto Trader, swipe trade, swing trade, okay? Now the daily swing trade is where the owner picks one trade that he believes is the best for the day. He sends you an email with a video telling you why, telling you when to go into that trade. And you choose whether or not you want to take it or not. But if you take it, again, you're basing that on his experience and not yours. All right? Now, the next category is the educational category. This is where you get to start learning how to do it yourself. And we have 2 platforms in this category, okay? So the first one is what's called the harmonic pattern scanner. Now the harmonic pattern scanner is a tool that all professionals, well I shouldn't say all, most professional traders use. Even traders that are not involved in our company. They call it the most powerful tool in the market, right? It kind of gives you, when you learn how to read it, it kind of gives you the ability to kind of predict the market before it happens. They use algorithms, if you will, and with the harmonic pattern scanner,
kind of tells you when to go in a trade even before it happens, if that makes sense. And what this is a course that they teach you how to read this, all right? How to actually read this. Professional traders pay $5,000 or more for access to this. But in our school, you're going to actually have access as part of our school and the training and everything. As long as you're active in our school, you can still have access to it, okay? The next one, educational part, is what we call IML Academy. Now, this is well over, and they're approaching 150 hours of training on videos, on live chats, on webinars, training you on basic, intermediate, and advanced training. They're going to teach you about the harmonic scatter. They're going to teach you terms, so you get to learn about leverage and pips and pipettes. When they first said that, I was thinking of Gladys Knight when they was talking about pips. I was like, what are you talking about? But that's actually a term, and we got a chance to learn that term yesterday. We had one of the master trainers come over and train us, and got a chance to learn what that means. But this is powerful. This right here, you can go back and forth as many times as you want. Now, they also let you set up 2 accounts, right? You can set up a live account and a demo account. What I tell people is in the beginning, use the demo account as much as possible. The demo is where you're in the live markets, but you're using fake money. So if you lost or won, it's not your money, okay? We had a young lady, she was in a demo account, and it said she had won $300, and she started telling my wife to take her money out. And she knows she ain't put no money in, so she gonna come to me and tell me to take her money out, right? But understand, the demo is you're trading in the live markets, but it's not real money, okay? And then you'll know when it's time to go live, or if you want to go live. And the beauty of this is you can go live with small increments. You know, you don't have to start off putting a whole lot of money out there. Learn what it is. I told a person this the other day. They had only been with us 2 weeks, and they wanted to go live already. And I said, listen, did you go to college? They said, yes. I said, how long? He said it took him 4 years to graduate. I said, so when you were in for the first 2 weeks, were you asking for your diploma? He said, no. I said, yeah, take your time and learn it, all right? Because once you got the skill, nobody can take it from you. Does that make sense? I never want to come across with anybody that we're sharing this with you and telling you, put your money in your life savings and you're going to make millions. No, that's not what this is about. This is a skill, okay? And so it takes time to learn it. But you can earn while you're learning it with the first 3 because it's no experience, okay? And you'll know when it's time to go live, all right? Next, we have what we call interactive. And so we only have 2 platforms on the interactive. Okay? And I liken this to like an internship. So the first one is IML Live Trading Room. This is where you get to go into a live trading room. Christopher Terry is a professional trader. So every day he trades. So you can go in and look over his shoulder. He's usually got 6 or 7 computers up. And he's trading, 6 or 7 things at one time. But he takes the time, he answers questions, he allows you to chat, but he's also teaching as he's trading live. So you get a chance to a live trading room, see what he's doing. And then last but not least, interactive is called IML TV. This is where there's multiple languages. So you can choose the channel that you want. You can be in London, you can be in New York, you can be in Japan, you can be, and you're going to hear from professional traders in that language, okay? But they're actually open during the time that, the market's open. In stocks and bonds, I think they open at like 9 to 4. But here, we're open Monday through Friday, 24/7. They close at what time on Friday? I don't know. Not sure. I know they open at 4 or 5 on Sunday. Yeah. Because it's on London time. I think it was 4 y'all got on, right? Or 5? That y'all got on today?
Yeah, 4.
4? Yes, they open there. I'm not sure on Fridays what time they close. But when they're open, you can actually go in here in your back office and be in live trading rooms and hear and understand what's going on. So that's our platform. That's our educational platform. You get all of this, okay, for $195 initial payment, and then $145 a month. So I liken this to school. Think about it. We had to pay to go to school, and we usually have to pay every semester unless you paid for the whole year or somebody who's wealthy enough to pay for all 4 years, however. And so you get all this value for $145 a month. There's people who I've met who self-taught themselves to trade. A lot of them lost a lot of money doing that because they didn't have somebody to ask questions. They just went online and trying to figure it out themselves. Here, not only will you be in, you got videos, you've got webinars, you've got, access in your back office to chat and ask questions. But you also, we've got, we're privy to all of this for $145 a month. Now, if you don't want to pay the $145 a month, let me ask this question. Has anybody in the last 2 or 3 years received a phone call from people asking you, do you want to go back to school? Has anybody got that call before, or is that just me? I've gotten that call where they call you, you want to go back to school? I'm like, lady, I've been out of school so long, and we got grants available, whatever. Well, those people, if they get you to go back to school, the colleges pay them, okay? And why they pay them is because they want their tuition up higher. I mean, they want more and more people in the school, right? Well, here, what we do is the same thing if you choose to. Now, if you choose to build a team of folks, you can get paid by sharing with other people how they can become a student in the school. Now, if you don't want that part, if you just want to learn how to trade, you can do that, pay $145 a month, but if you want that $145 to go away, just find 2 other people who see value in learning how to trade, and then the company say, we'll waive that $145 and you don't have to pay it, okay? So I've got a lot of people who just focus on this part, and they get their 2 people so they don't have to pay that $145. I have some people who don't care about paying the $145 because they're learning the skill, and they just pay the $145. The $145 is not for 30 days. And what it does is give you access to all of that in your back office. Is that fair enough, everybody? Everybody see that? Okay. Now, we have a marketing side as well. This side is optional. You choose to do it. But if you choose to do it, here's what happens. All right? Everybody comes in as a customer, pay the $195. If you get 2 people, the $145 goes away. If you choose to do the marketing side, you got to at least get 1 more person because we build 3 teams. Okay? We build 3 sales teams. And those teams are made up of people who want to learn how to trade. Now, once you get your 3rd person, if you want to earn money on the marketing side, you have to upgrade for $15. So you have to pay $15 more. If you don't want to make money on the marketing side, you never upgrade. Okay? You can get your 2, or you can just pay the $145 and just learn how to trade. Okay? But when you pay the $15 to upgrade, now you will earn $35 every time you refer someone to this school. You refer someone to join this company for $195, they'll pay you $35. Okay? All right. Now, when they refer someone, they'll pay you $10. And when they refer someone, they'll pay you $5. Once you hit Platinum 600 or Platinum 1000. So what is that? It was very simple. Once you get involved and you have your 3 people and you upgrade, you got your $35, $35, $35, that's $105. But the company also pays you residual income. They'll pay you $150 a month or $37.50 a week just because you have 3 people. Okay? And they can be 2 customers and an IBO, that stands for independent business owner, or it could be 3 customers. Customer is someone that just wants to trade. Okay? So they're paying you residually as well. Now, we help these 3 people do the same thing. Get their 3, all right, if they want to upgrade. If they don't want to upgrade, get 2 so the $145 goes away. Or some of them don't do anything about telling other people. They just learn how to trade and earn money on the trading side. When your team grows to 12, they pay you $600 residually, all right? But they pay the residual weekly, so you make $150 a week residual. When that team grows to 30, and by the way, you really only have to refer 3 people. Now, what I teach people is if you really want to build a marketing site, you got to refer more than 3. But the beauty of this is, if you refer a 4th one, we want you to put them down underneath to help other people. This is the first compensation plan. I truly can help other people by the people I recruit. Before, the way I helped people was teaching them, training them. You know, we put people under you. It was really false hope because you saw a lot of volume, but you never were able to get paid off of it. Here, when people are placed on your team, it counts for you and you can earn money as well. When your team goes to 30, you're now earning $1,000 a month in residual income. That's $250 a week. My son did this in his first 3 days in the business, all right, at 21 years old. Now, when your team grows to 75, you're now earning $2,000 in residual, $500 a week. My son did this last week. So in his 3rd week, he got his residual income to $500 a week. In his 3rd week. Then, I know that's right. 225 people, you're at $5,000 a month, so on and so forth. Sherman 10 is where you get to $10,000 a month, 500 subscribers, and they pay it again weekly. You were just talking about Ivan Tapia. He just hit Sherman 100. So that's $25,000 a week he's earning, $100,000 a month in residual. All right. So now they also give you a rank achievement bonus. When you hit the ranks, you get a one-time pay rank achievement bonus. Okay. Now you got to hold the rank for 90 days, and they'll pay you these different bonuses. And last but not least, when you hit Sherman 10, remember at Sherman 10 and above, you're earning $10,000 a month or more. But they also give you a Sherman Club bonus. So remember at Sherman 10, that's 500 people on your team. They're now paying you $10,000 a month residual, right? But they said also we're going to give you the bonus. The bonus is you're earning 1% to infinity off of each one of your legs. 1% of what? Well, people are paying $145, actually $160 if you're IBO because you're paying $15 too. So they pay you 1% every month. So you can make up to an additional $10,000. You can make up to an additional $25,000. Okay, you can make up to an additional $50,000. But that bonus alone, that 1%, is some significant money. Okay. Now, how do I get started? Again, everybody starts as a customer, $195. All right. If you choose to do the marketing side, we want you to get 3 people first. That way we're not forcing people to pay money on the marketing side. If they're really not going to recruit anybody, it's okay. Just learn the trading side, okay? So you pay an extra $15 when you upgrade, and then we pay a monthly subscription of $145 plus the $15. All right? Any questions at all? Because that's it.
I got a question.
Absolutely.
7 educational platforms.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly are those?
Right here. First one. First platform is the Auto Trader.
Okay, so that makes up the 7 within the 3 categories.
Right. So we got 3 categories, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
The platforms are actually inside of the categories.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody else may understand this, but I just
Okay.
wanted to reiterate. So we can have a dummy while we learn,
Absolutely.
but while we're learning, we can also ride, and
Absolutely.
we can also invest by
With
using
a
one
lot
of the
of
professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll learn it, but we can still also be investing
Mm-hmm.
by using a professional.
Most people do that. They do both. So they get their dummy account and they're learning, but they make a decision with the no experience to put live money with these. Now, what I suggest is don't do it on day 1. Learn a little bit about this because they let you learn a little bit. So you know if you want to use Auto Trader or Swipe Trade or Swing Trade, you know. And you can learn with videos. It depends with short videos. We have something called imltrain.com. I'm going to go there real quick. This is our training website. Okay.
But you can use those, go live. People go live with those because they're doing the work for us. They know what they're doing.
Okay.
So if
if you just didn't want to learn nothing, you basically can just
Yeah, my
just
grandma,
do.
my grandma
internet?
set her up with that. I set up a 70-year-old lady on our team. He's
Very
doing
good.
just
Very
not
Let's
trade.
capital
Hold on,
B.
sir.
Which
I'm
sorry.
Let's do. Y'all need to hear it because
No, I was saying I set up a 70-year-old man. He's using an auto trader. I have to, but I set him up so he has it set up already.
right.
So you don't have to. If you don't want to learn how to do it.
Right.
You just use that.
Yeah.
People make
4 or 5.
We got testimonies like all throughout the
And the B is
Right.
videos too.
Yeah. I was telling Bridget about when you went on Swipe Trade, that's how you posted, and you made your, so that was good. I wanted, I told you,
Son, come up.
you to share that.
Yeah, come up here, son.
So you can, so they
Share some of the stuff you've been doing, trading wise.
or testimony.
Did it
everybody
connect?
wants Testimony.
Yeah.
Hey, stop. Which one was the one that, they were talking about at the meeting, was a lady, a lady that was doing this, and she made $60,000 doing it. You remember they were talking about that? She just did
I think that was
her first.
Was it the auto
a friend of Davies said somebody she had been doing. That's all she did was she
Yeah.
didn't do the marketing side. She
I
just
missed
traded.
that one.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I
made
must
it.
have been out of that. I missed that one. That was at the big.
Yeah, that's a big.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
What about the other lady that was in for less than a year? I don't know.
We ain't gonna be able to work.
Y'all gonna give me
Yeah, I would be on the computer. I ain't no day to work. So yeah, son. So share a little bit about
So-
you and what you're doing with it and your trading and everything.
So I have a friend, he's been trading for 7 years, so he made $200,000 last year just doing Forex. So I know it works, so I'm a little more patient. But for people that don't know it works, they can do kind of what I did. Because we only been in for 3 weeks, so I've been practicing. But I went live, I set up a broker account. They let you put in a minimum of $10. And I put $10 in my broker account. And then they got something called leverage. I leveraged my broker and put a penny in a trade. And then off that penny in 5 hours, I made $4.90 just to see if it worked. But I didn't do, I just with the swipe trades, I copy and paste what they told me to do. And I went to sleep, and when I woke up, it closed for me. It took the profit while I was asleep. So
That's good. So what? So I guess it's not. What else? You guys playing a brokerage account?
yeah,
So we gotta open up. Yeah.
They explain all that on there.
Okay. So
So,
we
yeah,
gotta
so-
open up a brokerage.
So yeah,
account.
so the brokerage account is outside of our company. We don't take your money. We don't hold your money. But a broker has to actually trade for you. You set up accounts, and the broker has to, hold your money. You tell them how much you want to start with or whatever, and then they also each one of them take a certain percentage based on how much money you're trading with. I think on his,
They
when
take
you made
it off.
$4.90, they took 8 cents or
They
something.
take it off what you make.
Right. So yeah, but the beauty of it
Do
is
they have a
in our
flat
classes.
percentage that they take?
No, it depends on your lot size.
It depends on the size of the money you make.
It depends on your lot size. So we learned that too. How much you put in actually, how much you actually put in the hole,
Okay.
right? So some people start with 100, some 300, some he started with $10. I think he put in your live account.
So they don't have an actual percentage though. It's just based off of what you put in.
It's a percentage based off of how much you put in.
Whichever broker.
Right.
And I think it depends on the broker because
It
I
does
think
depend on the broker.
Ameritrade,
Right.
TD Ameritrade, who we have,
I use 3 different.
they charge us
I- I-
what, like $9 or something.
And see, and the beauty of this is in the classes they're going to teach you about the brokers and how much and where to go. And then we also
You with TD too, right?
we recommend, the company recommends certain brokers, right? So here you get how to set up your demo account, how to set up your live brokerage account. They have it right here. All you do is click on that and it'll show you on videos. If you go up here, it says choose your broker. So you can choose which broker you want as well. Down here, I gotta go down further. So here's some of the brokers right here. I think some you're using Orlando, right? Because they let you do a little less.
I have a question. The company you use, how long does it take for your money to get into?
Instantly.
I mean, so when you make your deposit,
This day trade.
it doesn't. Okay.
It went, as soon as I wanted to put 10, it went in the same, like, right when I clicked confirm.
So you transferred it from one account to another, or
Oh, I still have the profit I made. You talking about?
No, I'm saying your deposit.
Oh, the deposit.
Your
Yes.
initial deposit. When you put your money in, how long does it take for it to get into that account?
So I used my debit card,
Uh-huh.
and it went instantly. But with the bank, I didn't do that way.
And I did it with my bank, and it went within like 2 or 3 minutes. I got it. It was already funded.
So MetaTrader 4, talk to you about MetaTrader 4.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is also available for both phones.
Money in there with him.
And they teach you how to set up everything, even from your desktop computers, okay? So all of this is on what you get. And this is just our training site showing you what comes to your back office, what doesn't.
So you can do it from your phone and the desktop
You can
computer.
do it from your phone and
Oh,
desktop. Here you click on products, okay? So you click on products and you can look at the different products. These are the products. These are the 7 products.